guys, welcome back to Love from a Leo. My name is Tay, otherwise known as Love from a Leo. I'm looking crazy because all I've been doing all day is cleaning and chilling. So yeah, you guys are going to be getting a very, very relaxed reading, but when I'm relaxed, it typically means that I have a lot of insightful information that I can give you without having to really dig deep to do it. So I'm very excited to do this reading for you. This is your June 2020 reading, as you know by the title. Taurus. Here you are. Here's your focus, Venus. So with Venus, it is obviously about love, yes? It's also about your materials, your possessions, the things that you want, cherish in life. It's also about the ideals, the things that you want to come towards you, the things that you want to, relish in. And so I feel like this is all the focus. This is all going to be a part of what you're going to be putting all of your focus on throughout June, which is Gemini season for the most part, and then it will transition into Cancer season. Venus will be in retrograde in June, like the middle of June, sometime around there. It's supposed to go back to normal, meaning it's not going to be in retrograde anymore. Let's see what Spirit wants to tell you right off the bat. And if I seem more calm than usual, I swear it's just me tapping into your energy. I'm at home, I'm chilling. I'm a Virgo moon, so, when I'm at home and when I'm comfortable, I'm very much in earth sign, okay? So hopefully this resonates with how you are as well. Whoa, wow. Okay, we got 4 cards. I'm going to take all of them. So what Spirit wants to tell you. Wow, 5 cards. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I feel like this is a certain sequence that I'm seeing here for your June. I think I'm going to have to shift up how I do this reading because for some reason I'm getting called to do so. So in the beginning of this whole transition that I'm seeing happening, we have the waiting game. So you have been waiting on something for a very, very long time. And this is something that literally could have been years in the making, or just something that you definitely had to really wait for it. But it's something that you've been growing. Obviously you're Taurus, so I do feel like there's certain things in your life that you definitely plant the seeds and you nurture it until it's grown to its fullest capacity. And I think this is something that you've been working on. So you have been waiting for a certain outcome, maybe a certain I heard the word profit, but if it's not that, then maybe it's just like some sort of product, service, plants. You could literally just be planting. We have rejoice and celebration. So after this waiting, whatever this is comes to fruition, I feel like you're going to have a celebration over it. You're going to have your family come over, your friends. This could be like maybe some of you guys have been waiting to get pregnant, or you've been waiting to get married and it's finally, you know what I'm saying? It's something like that. Something you've been putting a lot of time into, whether you had control over it or not. And now that it's coming to fruition, you get to celebrate about it. And then we have the third eye chakra. So after this celebration, I feel like there's a sense of you having some sort of awakening, whether it's a small or big one. But it's like you start to see something a lot more clear. And it's something that you didn't ask for necessarily. Maybe you did for some. Maybe you asked for a certain clarification in your life. But you are starting to see things in a different way after the celebration comes about. Maybe you're starting to see, hey, like I can accomplish things. Or hey, sometimes it takes time, but it's worth it. It's something like that, like a really a really internal type of realization that comes to light. And then after you have this realization, you realize with heartache and loss, you realize that there was something that either you were holding on to emotionally that was hindering you from being able to maybe see the progress of things come to fruition, or see the progress of things at a quicker pace. So I think you're starting to realize what was making you have to wait. And then the last card that Spirit, wanted us to see was material harvest. So after all is said and done, everything you've been working on, all the seeds you've been planting, finally come to this completion, and you have an abundance of fruits, and the fruit is your labor as well. So for some of you, it definitely could just be like a garden. I don't know. Maybe you feel like it gives you a certain type of therapy that helps you, and maybe you turn that into a business. But what I'm seeing is something that you had been waiting on, that you finally have the finished product of, or the totality of whatever you were trying to grow. You realize how it was affecting you emotionally, how it helped you emotionally, and now you're starting to see that you can have this in abundance. You can either grow it, maybe it's a business, like you want to sell it, something like that. So I know that was a lot to digest within the first few minutes of this video, but I think for those of you who are supposed to see that, it literally was like Spirit wanted you to just see the map for your June. So it seems to be that there's a lot of material like attached to the situation, like a lot of things. Like, I don't know how else to say it, like things. So this could be like physical property, or this could be like, you know, just things that you love, things that you want to buy. So let's just see what the cards have to say for the beginning, middle, and then the end of your June.
The beginning.
So you're starting off your June with the Seven of Swords. So with the Seven of Swords, there is something that has been like hidden from you. There's something that you're not yet tapping into, or you haven't uncovered. And with the Ace of Wands, this could be in relation to sex for some of you. But for some of you, it could just have to do with something that needs to come to the light. There's something that's about to come to the light, in other words. I feel like for a lot of you, if this has to do with some type of relation in your life, as far as action, there's something that you're not paying attention to. There's something that you're maybe in denial about. If it's you that's done this, or if it's another person that's done this, you haven't yet, like, you haven't caught the red flags just yet. But it seems to be right in the beginning of your June, there's going to be some type of, like, either revelation, like something's uncovered, unveiled, or there's a situation where you're starting to realize maybe there's some type of issues in connection with whatever this situation is. Two of Swords. This is something I feel like you definitely have had thoughts about. Like you've sat and you're like, maybe that doesn't seem right. Or if this is something you've done, which I think it is, it's something you've done. You've thought about it, but it's one of those things where you think about it and then you're like, like we'll leave it alone. Like we're not going to focus on that. But why is it that this Ace of Wands came out? What is this spark that is being initiated? The High Priestess. So it was something that you didn't necessarily want to pay attention to, and it was internal. So maybe there was a self-sabotaging habit that you, for some reason, were attached to, and now you're starting to realize it hindered you, or, you know, you would have these thoughts about, like, something you were doing that you didn't want anyone to know about. You were very, very hidden with this type of thing. For some reason, I feel like a lot of you were doing this at nighttime, because I'm seeing a lot of darkness in the beginning of your June. Maybe the comforts of your home. Maybe it has something to do with sneaking around, like leaving your home to go somewhere that you shouldn't be going, or, you know, and maybe it's not even that bad, but I just feel like it's something to do with nighttime. And then after you finish doing whatever you were doing, you sit back and you're like, was that the right decision? Oh, well. You know, it's kind of that type of thing. Like, every time after you've done this, you kind of sat back and kind of re-examined yourself, but you also are like, oh, well, I did it, and I wanted to, you know? But at the end of the day, I do feel like you know that if this isn't good for you, you know that this wasn't a good thing. But maybe for some of you, this could have been something you were doing, you know, that nobody knows about, but it's good for you. So it depends on, you know, like what you actually were doing. How do you feel about what you were doing? Were you feeling guilty about it? Were you feeling ashamed? Or was it just something you wanted to do on your own without having everyone else's opinion? Because for some of you, I think it's something like that as well. How do you feel about whatever you were keeping hidden? Page of Cups and the Star. So this is a choice that you made for yourself, and it's also having to do with some type of emotional thing. Like I said, I feel like it's like creeping around with someone for some of you, but for a lot of you, it also could have been just something that you wanted to start, but you didn't necessarily want anyone else to know about it. You wanted it to be just for you. And it seemed to be something that gave you peace of mind and also gave you a sense of authority within yourself. Like, you didn't need anyone else's validation for this. So in that way, I do think it is something good. But for others of you, maybe that's just your ego talking, you know? So you would have to kind of make that fit for yourself. I would be able to tell you in a private reading, but for a general, it's up in the air, you know? But you do know what this is. With the High Priestess, you're very aware of what this energy is and what this situation that you were doing had to deal with. What exactly did you want out of this? What was this star energy? 5 of Cups, 4 of Cups. Wow. Okay, so you used to be, or you were having this issue of moping, being really sad and regretting this. But I think whatever you were sneaking around doing in the beginning of your June, it's because you were tired of feeling like this. So for that's what I'm saying. Some of you guys are doing things out of sadness. Some of you guys are maybe going towards a certain person that you know really doesn't care about you, or you feel like they don't care about you. So it's almost like the thing that you wanted, it only brought you sadness. But maybe it's because it only goes so far, or there's a blockage, there's a stopping point with the affection or the love that comes from it, or the appreciation from it rather. Wow. I feel like there has to be maybe someone involved with this, but the sadness and the grief and the sneaking around, that's all your decision. Does that make sense? But I do feel like maybe there is someone else who's a part of this. Any sign, sun, moon, and rising, as well as Venus, because that is your focus. Some of you need to look into where your Venus is placed in your chart as well. The sun, okay? So this could be you. Like, it's about you. You have been making certain decisions, but there's certain decisions that only bring you grief after it's all said and done. There's a guilt thing. There's something with guilt and just feeling like, I don't want to say dirty, but I think emotionally you feel like unfulfilled, or you feel like, why do I keep doing this? You know, like it's emotionally it does not feel good. With the 5 of Cups, 4 of Cups, that's not a good feeling at all. How do you show up before, while, and after you're doing this? Because I want to see like what it's like you're tied to it and you keep doing it, but for what if you don't like it? We got the 3 cards right here. So before you go do this, you feel death. You feel this sense of like nothingness, numbness is what I'm feeling. Like you don't have any like life to you. Obviously that's what the opposite of death is. I mean, the opposite of life is death. But it's like you're empty before you do this act. During the act of doing this, you feel exploration. Some of you guys are doing substances to get high, because literally there's a rocket here. But for some of you, maybe you're just going towards different people, and you know, you're entertaining people that maybe aren't on your level, or maybe don't provide your soul any type of substance. And this is what I'm seeing. You're going out, you're doing it. It's kind of reckless with this Aries energy here. Like I feel like it's definitely something that you do to feel something because you're numb. And then after you're finished, we have circumspection. So it's like the walk of shame, no? You feel like, ugh, did I really do that? Is this what I want to do? Is this what love is now for me? Who is it that you feel this way about, though? With this 5 of Cups, 4 of Cups, who do you feel this way about? Sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. This could definitely be a Scorpio. And also in the beginning, it was saying before you make this act, you have the Death card, which is also Scorpio. So this could be dealing with the Scorpio. But I also feel like it has something to do, and this is also the 4 of Cups. They make you feel like sad, just sad. Like you have this sadness feeling about them. And I think it's because they're not giving you exactly what you want. Maybe it's commitment or something like that, but you can't stay away from them. Wow. Okay. So I definitely think there's some type of mental conflict going on with this situation. Like you don't really know what you should do about the situation. So let's get you some advice. In the beginning of June, when it comes to this sneaky behavior, when it comes to this walk of shame, when it comes to this numbing feeling of sadness, but this exhilarating, uplifting euphoria during the act, what is Taurus guided to do? What's the best outcome for this to be fixed? We got Scorpio again, Queen of Cups. So I think this means you need to be a little bit more, you need to examine what love is for you, what your feelings are, what you know, what's draining your emotional side of yourself and what's giving to it. This definitely seems to be some sort of relationship, whether it's with a substance or a person, but I do think it's along those lines. Like, it's something that maybe it's a person that isn't giving you what you deserve, and you know this, and you're still allowing them to drain your energy. Like, you can't stay away. Wow, Taurus. Okay. So that's the beginning of June. This is while Venus is in retrograde. So let's keep that in mind. When we go to the middle of your June, I am seeing the Two of Cups in reverse. So either you start to realize I'm worth more than what you are providing for me, or there's a situation where it's just a fallout within your love life, within a certain relationship in your life. Can we get some more clarification with this? Three of Cups. So, okay, now with all of this sneaky energy and all of that, I think you were a part of a third-party situation, a love triangle, and this is why you were feeling kind of guilty, but also kind of like, well, I want to hold on to this, but it's really just something where no matter how you slice it or dice it, it's still a situation where somebody was doing somebody wrong, and you either find out about this or you are a part of this, and I think you were a part of it for the most part. And then Ten of Swords in reverse. It's like you end it. You don't want this anymore. You're turning your back to it because you feel like someone just did you so dirty. And let's see how you feel about this, because even though there is a lot of like breaking up and like a fallout, you could have been the person who initiated this because, you know, you deserve better. Middle of June, you have some sort of insight, and it causes you to either move away from it, make a final decision to not go back towards it for good. It's like the final straw. So we have the Hangman in reverse, Chariot in reverse. So you decide to break this off completely. You make this decision. You decided to do this, and you're very, very concrete about it. So I feel like even if you were a part of this willingly, you're just done with it. Like, you have this realization. And if you did not know about this, obviously you were super upset about it, and you were like, I'm done. Like, this is it. There's no more going forward. We're not going backwards. We end it here, and we will never, ever have anything else to say about it. And I feel like you're very adamant about this. So you have very strong feelings in the middle of your June. Taurus. You had such a beautiful reading last month, and I don't know if it was just maybe the wrong person, if you went back to a person you shouldn't have gone towards. But with this dynamic here, I do like to see that you're so strong, you feel so strongly about your decision, meaning like you are okay with this decision, you chose this for yourself. So I do like that in a sense, but there still is a sense of just like, damn, Taurus, you know, like with this Three of Cups energy, like, you know, no one wants to be cheated on, no one wants to feel like they're, you know, the second person or whatever, the other option. But this Two of Cups in reverse.
Or with this Ten of Swords in reverse.
Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you're choosing you. You're single. You're like, I don't have to go through this. I don't have to deal with this. I refuse to deal with this. And you know what? I'm done. Like, it's literally that simple. So I love this energy for you, Taurus. And you really start to see you really start to see that this person doesn't deserve anything that you were willing to give, or they didn't deserve for you to step out of your character morally, you know, to go sneak around and be around them and stuff like that. You're like, I really did all of that for you, if you were doing that, you know. And then King of Cups. You go from the Queen of Cups to in the middle of June, this King of Cups energy is like, you're so aware of your emotions. You're like, I have other options I could be looking at. I could be doing other things. I have all of my stuff together. And you're done. You're done dealing with whoever this person is of, like, they're so charming and everyone wants them. They're very attractive and they're dreamy and they sell you a dream so easily. But you realize they're full of shit. They're just full of shit. So I applaud you on making that decision to move forward away from them, for sure. If this is a sign, let's go ahead and see who they are. They came out super fast. It's a Capricorn. I don't know about y'all, but Capricorn, especially the Capricorn men, they can be pretty friendly. We'll keep it that way. This is a Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, okay? I'm not saying all Capricorns are like that, but I'm just saying they have a tendency to be very charismatic. And I think that's something that you may have fell for and, stepped out of your character, to please them. And then you ended up realizing it's not even worth it. It's not worth it. So after you decide to make this breakup, I want to see what your attitude is like. Son of Fire, yeah. So you have this new ignition? You have this newfound like fire to go after whatever your goals are, and you also have a new path that you're looking towards. You're like, no, whatever happened in the past, I'm done with it. All of this dark energy, all of this numbness, all of this wanting feeling codependent, I'm done. I'm doing my own thing. I'm independent. And you're still fresh with this feeling. You may be a little raw about it, like you may still be aggressive and mad at this person, but you definitely have some new goals that you're going to manifest for yourself, which kind of goes into alignment with, remember I was saying there's an awakening. First of all, look, let's recap. So from the beginning, you were waiting probably on this person to catch up to you. You're like, I want to be with you and all that, and it never really happened. You were just playing the waiting game. This rejoice is where this 3 of Cups energy is coming from, with this cheating, with this, you're seeing that there was more parties involved than you knew about, for those who didn't know, or you were seeing that maybe if you guys did have some agreement, it wasn't what you agreed to. And then with this next card, the third eye chakra, it's like this is the realization you had. You see what was happening. You really see what was going on, and it did bring you some type of sadness. You did have some type of epiphany where you're like, damn, like this is what was going on. But it pushes you to spread your wings to move towards this material harvest, which is the number 9. And what do we have here at the end of your June? The 9 of Wands in reverse. Meaning you're not scared to take any steps anymore, honey. You're going towards whatever your goals are. You are not allowing this person to slow you down any longer. I feel like this person really had you like wasting time. And you're like, that's the one thing I can't get back, especially as an earth sign. We hate our time being wasted, 9 of Wands. And it's disrespectful almost, And I feel like now you're just like, fuck everything that had to do with that person. I'm done. I'm going towards what I believe is right for myself. And I'm focusing on my life. And you're growing yourself. You're having an epiphany for sure. What is Taurus's goal? Strength. That's right. Strength. Yourself. Choosing you. But also knowing that, you did have some sort of emotional sadness brought on by this person. You're still having the strength to keep going, to not be hurt. I mean, you're hurt, but you're allowing yourself to still grow as a person, not to let that affect you to the point where you're not getting anything done. You're truly maturing, Taurus. And I think this is a certain battle that you had to go through, just to kind of, get you going back in the right direction. The Hierophant in reverse. This is your energy, Taurus. So in reverse, to me, this means that you have shifted how you feel about certain things, like your morals, what you do, what you believe in, all of that. You're starting to have a whole new mindset and a shift because of whatever this person did to you. And so it's a blessing and a curse, yes? I love how you're using this hurt as momentum to make you go further. I love that about this reading. Like, I know no one wants to hear, bad news or anything, but it's like this bad news is what's going to help you get to that good news that you're about to get to. How do you feel about the new you? Because I feel like you are changing for the better. You're becoming maybe less trusting of people, or you're becoming just wiser. So we have the King of Wands and then the Queen of Cups. So you feel like more independent, and then you also feel secure within yourself. You're very confident within yourself emotionally now. Like, you realize it's me, myself, and I. And then with this King of Wands, you also realize whatever you want, you have to go out there and get it yourself, because there's people out here who will do anything to see you not win. And you're at that point where you're like, I like who I see in the mirror now. Like, I'm growing something within myself, I'm becoming somebody different, better, faster, stronger, all of that. Especially stronger with the Strength card. And at this point, now I'm just seeing just your energy here, Taurus. Now I don't even see the remnants of that last person who did you dirty. Now it's just you, Taurus. And I love seeing this. Is there anything else that I need to say? How is Taurus showing up at the end of June. Oh, we got 2 cards. Defeat and joy. So the first card is defeat. Now, if you look at it closely, there is a spider who is, you know, doing his thing with whatever that thing is he caught. He's tying him up, wrapping him up, and this is, to me, I feel like this is seeing you take control over your life. Like, you're taking out the garbage, you're taking out the trash. This person doesn't belong in your life anymore. You were stuck in the web of trying to make things work with them, trying to abide by their rules, going by their demands, going to them when they wanted to see you, when they wanted to talk to you. And now you're wrapping them up and you're either eating them or you're throwing them away. Like, that's it. You also, and then spiders are also about choosing your own decisions in life, like making your own, creating your own reality, but also choosing your own path as well. And then we have joy. So you're so happy, like emotionally, there's just like this uplifting feeling. You know, if you look at the waves in the ocean, how they just seem to flow so beautifully. This is what I feel like you're going to be feeling. And there's an expansion that you will get to really, really grab onto because of this hurt that you are taking and using to the best of your ability. You're not letting it get you down, even if you still are hurt from it. And this is what it's all about. This is what transformation is about, Taurus. Beautiful, beautiful reading. I know it was a little rough in the beginning, but again, you guys have this ability to just like in a matter of a month, just things change so quickly for you. And I feel like with that is good. I mean, that's also good, but it's also kind of scary because there's also so many bad things that come with that as well, you know, because you have to have the duality. So yes, it may seem hurtful. It may like pop up in your face like boom, but there is a sense of you dropping dead weight emotionally to have more physically coming towards you, materially coming towards you, financially coming towards you, because you are dropping dead weight and you're adding space for things to come towards you so you can attract it. So very, very good, Taurus. I love seeing this for you. Just make better decisions, I would say, when it comes to your lovers. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys being here. I have a Gmail where you can request private readings. I also have a Patreon where you can sign up for personal monthly readings. Every month I send you a reading based on whatever you want me to talk about. And yeah, it's a really good way to get, you know, a subscription. It's cheaper to do it that way than it is to go through Gmail. So make sure you look into that. I don't know what else I wanted to tell you guys, but thank you so much for watching this video once again. Make sure you subscribe and like the video if you want to see more from me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.